dive into this. And the first person I want to introduce is the president of Synergy Solutions. His name is Mark Boersma, and he's going to be helping us with understanding how leadership and the powerful speed networking is going to help change our lives, help us make a lot of money, and help other people around us do the same. So, Mark, welcome, and please take us through this.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. So, if you've participated with us in the past, you have kind of a foundational piece. We're going to be doing something more advanced today than we have in the past. Speed networking is essentially, it's like speed dating. It's where you're connecting very quickly to use our intuition, but there's a science to it. And so what you do is just go around the table and everybody takes 2 to 3 minutes. Don't tell people what you do. You know what? That just feeds our ego. Share, my biggest challenge is this. Share, this is what I'd love help on. My personality is in the GEO test is going to be analytic, driver, amiable, expressive. In the Pain Quadrant test, it's going to be a driver, analytic, amiable, expressive. And if I could change one thing about myself, this is what I'd change. And all I do is just do that, and then you're writing down feverishly, and you go around 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, then you'll find more out about an individual, and they'll find more out about you, where we can really significantly impact. Mastermind is very different, very, very, very different than anything people have ever participated in the past. Like networking groups is you give me a fish, I give you a fish. We both have fishes. I guess it's okay. But mastermind is how do we learn to leverage? In the network, there's a huge movement, and there's 4 individuals. They're like secret individuals that are putting together the white paper that will turn into a book, that will turn into seminars, that will turn into events and coaching and consulting all over the world. And it's leverage. The title is Leverage, the art of positive motivation and manipulation. I mean, it's just, I am so excited I can barely even wait. But it's learning how do we leverage. So in today, leadership, creating massive profits, how do we leverage one another's 7 T's: time, talent, treasure, trust, truth, temple, and thought. Alan's going to be talking about the natural laws, and Rosanna's going to be blending that into the 530 grid, and Cheryl's going to be talking about personality management. Like these segments, you can't even imagine, like 10 minutes, like how in the world can you get anything done in 10 minutes? There's an event in Cincinnati coming up soon, and then there's going to be another one in Denver, and then in Boston, and then they're working on one in Hawaii. Like, oh my gracious, we all want to be there for that one. And then they're actually working on over in Jerusalem and in China and in Africa too. Like this is going worldwide. Why? Because it's different. So if you invite somebody to participate in this and they say, well, I've done something like this before, try not to laugh. And try not to be condescending, try not to laugh, try not to mock them, and just smile and say, you know what, I'm pretty sure you probably haven't. And so what are we going to do for speed networking today? Well, we're going to take it another dimensional jump. And Alan Stein, he's the leader of a mastermind group called Dimensional Living and Dimensional Thinking. And Alan is taking his team, Tanglewood Conservatories. They build $1 million beautiful conservatories all over the world. And he's put together multiple speaking teams and taking them all over the country to speak at the mastermind seminars, live events. And it's like, it's so funny, sad, kind of, sort of, in a way, where people that are local, well, I'm so busy and I don't know if I can attend. Or maybe somebody has to drive a couple hours, or maybe somebody has to fly in and they're like, I don't know, I'm really busy and it costs money to do that. And they're kind of whining. Alan's flying an entire team in, and he has done this for now going into his 2nd year. Alan, why do you believe that mastermind seminars is so powerful for Tanglewood Conservatories and building teams? And why do you think, Alan, that attracts like phenomenal, amazing employees from all over the world to Tanglewood Conservatories?
I'm not sure Alan is on, but what I can say on his behalf, this is Cheryl, I'm HR here at Tanglewood, is Tanglewood is very much promoting their team members to think outside the box, to think differently. And taking a team to these seminars, it blows our mind so that we can grow by leaps and bounds, you know, personally and as our team, and we let that excitement feed back into the ones that we left behind to generate the excitement that, for them to want to go. And this helps build Tanglewood. It builds the theme of Tanglewood, and we can spread that to all others, all architects, any type of business, to let them see how Tanglewood, you know, just promotes itself within using its team members.
So you'd say, Cheryl, if it's, if I'm getting the gist of it, you'd say that like this mastermind seminars is not just for owners of companies. It's not just for leaders of companies, but every single employee would benefit from it. And if Alan's willing to fly his employees, from Maryland all over the country, probably all over the world very soon, if he's willing to invest the time and the money to go ahead and fly his employees, I think what you're saying is every HR director, every owner, every leader of a company would be wise to greatly consider to bring entire teams to mastermind seminars when it's in their area. Would you say that's a good synopsis?
That is a great synopsis, Mark, because when you bring a team, you get that unity going. And when you have that unity going, your business just grows, and the team members can take the business and feel like it's their own. So
Nice.
It gives the leaders freedom to take off, like you, a week, a month, to be able to go after their life vision.
So what Cheryl's referencing is I have been blessed to have 20 hours of free time a week, and I take off 1 week a month every month, so you have 3 months off a year, because these systems work. And when you do like Tanglewood does and develops people, like I've developed people in my organization, my company, in my network, when you're developing other people, they want you to take off. Get out of here, because we can do all of these type of things. Very exciting. Love it. Oh, and if you're looking for a job, not really a job, really a career, no, really being an entrepreneur, but being within a company, I would check out, Tanglewood Conservatories. That's www.tanglewoodconservatories.com, and check out, the employment opportunities they have. Unbelievable organization. You'll enjoy it a lot. They have also contributed massively back into single moms, kids at risk, and a lot of other great causes as well. And so Emily and Nicole are working on doing those types of things, and they're working on projects of literally bringing peace to the Middle East. They're working on, helping individuals over in Africa start their own companies, individuals in China to think differently, local events, regional events, and then worldwide events. Nicole, are you with us today?
I am.
So what's your heart, what's your vision for Untangled Minds, and how do you think it can help people in growing their business?
I think my heart in Untangled Minds is I mean, first and foremost, it's helping students develop something that you don't usually get to develop in schools. I'm still in school, and I'm about to graduate this year from college. And one of the things if I look back at high school is I never learned any of the soft skills or the actual life success skills that I actually needed. I didn't learn how to communicate in a work environment. I didn't learn that I needed to have a life vision to understand what I even want to do in life or how to fill my life. So all of these things that could really help build our students, not only help students, but as they, go to pursue what they love and pursue their passion, you're going to get a workforce in your business that is phenomenal, and they can be shaped and molded by the industry, not just, technical knowledge from school teachers. So it's the unity between schools and local businesses that we take a single line and sort of help merge them together so, everyone benefits.
Nice. Kevin, you're participating in Coffee Connections, the Chicago chapter, but it's not really the Chicago chapter. It's a worldwide chapter. It resides out of Chicago, but it's video streamed on Tuesday mornings at 6:30 Central Time. And if you're, on the West Coast, that's 4:30. I don't even know what time it'd be over in, Australia, but it'd be worth getting up. But you can listen to the recording, at least for the first hour of it, and it's mycoffeeconnections.org. And then if you go down to, I think it's View Coffee Connections Live, and then you're doing some really exciting things, Kevin, in the Coffee Connections handouts, where you're helping people do triangulation selling and actually clone themselves with a really neat survey that helps people to better understand, where their needs is and how they connect that. Any thoughts, insights you have on why Coffee Connections is so powerful, Kevin, and why they'd want to use this Coffee Connections survey to really bring a tremendous amount of added value?
Right, because when it comes to actually overcoming or accomplishing the biggest challenge we currently have, which is preventing us from getting this success, whatever we want, whether that's monetarily or maybe that's emotionally, or maybe that's just growth of our business, maybe that's relationships, maybe it's understanding people, whatever that is. What it does is that it helps us, gives us a tool where we can actually use that to move ourselves forward. And what I found through the iterations to success, which is if there's 100 steps to success, it could be 100 years, 100 months, 100 weeks, 100 minutes, or it could be 100 seconds. What we're trying to do is that is actually going to help people get to success a lot faster, because we're going to understand where they're coming from, what they want, what they need, how we can improve, and then it ties back their biggest challenge into the actual solution. Not just talking about it, but being able to tie it into the solution so that they in turn can have the success they want. And that creates a lot of massive value. And the crazy thing is we don't charge any money for that. It's what we try and do is pay it forward then to, like you said, what Alan's been doing with the kids at risk, things like that. So
nice.
It's a tremendous tool.
Nice. And so I know we're out of time, so I just want to wrap up. The November event in Cincinnati, you'll want to check that out. If you're, fly in, it's worth it. There's Jonathan and Alex are doing some amazing things with MVP, the MVP Network .org. And so you can go to www.mvpnetwork.org and then check out, some video examples. They're working, are you a millennial? Or do you know any millennials? You trying to figure that out? They're putting together an entire project on understanding millennials and how do you tap in to the amazing things within millennials, and how do you overcome some of the maybe some pretty significant gaps that maybe some millennials have. Also, if you're a woman or you're interested in women, I have a wife of 33 years, 4 daughters, 3 granddaughters, so I have a lot of interest in women. Awesome women, and there might be some things that might be shared later about them. They are doing just they're having an amazing impact on women. There's also a book that's being written, I think it's Business Sense from an Everyday Housewife, that every businessman, every male on the planet should read, because it will help you to think in a very different way. So that's what we've got for today, Kevin. Hopefully that was helpful to everybody.